Hello everybody, welcome to another video. Let me mic real quick. There we go. Hello everybody, welcome to the video. Today we're going to be ripping it up here on the TM on Supercross while I go ahead and talk about how Pabobo has made and driven his game into the ground. MX Bikes is actually currently not dying. Clickbait's clickbait, I'm sorry, but it feels like it, actually. A lot of people are also getting burnt out of the game right now as well. Like, a lot of guys in the pro scene have just, like, quit, actually. So, yeah, it's a bit rough. But, yeah, I guess we got a lot of bullet points to go over here. I mean, this beta, or TM, is going to be not brutal. I'm sure I'll figure it out by the end of this one. But I'm going to be kind of soullessly playing it. Because, I don't know why I'd sit here and focus on playing when I'm going to be talking the whole video, you know? So, yeah, I don't know. I guess let's hop right on into it. Let's start talking about the game. First things first, I do want to talk about Mr. Paboso. Listen, man, if you are indeed listening, very low chance, do you mind at least giving us a little bit, all right? A little bit of effort back on this amazing game you've made. I'm not gonna lie, this game is muy bueno. All right, so this is a great track. Don't get me wrong, it's quite fun. Or not track. It's a good game. All right, it's good enough to put over 1,700 hours on it, and I have done just that. So I don't know, man. It's hard to tell you. You know, like a little message out to Mr. Pabobo. It's hard to think of everything in one time, because in one sitting, you know, without jotting it all down, because there's just so much. You know, we could talk about the effort that Mr. Paboso lacks here on this game. He just doesn't. It doesn't feel like he cares, and I know he doesn't. And you know, it's fine. All right, but like, still, man. I don't. It's so like hard to see it from his standpoint and like make it justified. Like, sure, it's one guy, sure, that maybe can't do this all. Sure, maybe that's that. But you also got to think about it in terms of like, okay, it's one guy that has made this game so far, and we still see no effort or, you know, push from him. So that is a little rough, for sure. It's not wonderful to see out of the game creator, if I do say so myself. It's not fun to sit here and know that he's just ignoring guys like Linz when he nicely messages him about everything that's wrong with the game right now, between physics with these new pro tracks out, you know, the factory bikes coming in showing us what we can do, how big the game is and how big it can be. And then also just you as a person, Pabobo, you're just not learning. You're not. I don't feel like we're in that space right now where we like Pabobo. We're in that spot right now. We're back in that spot where we just are not having as much fun on the game. At least I'm not. I know a lot of people that aren't right now. I'm sure you still got grinders like Troy out there who are gonna vouch for the game and Pabobo for the rest of their lives, but I mean, it's just so hard to even try to justify it from your point of view. Imagine the money you can make. Imagine the money you've already made. Imagine all of that, bro. It's crazy the fact that you just let the game go. Like, what are you doing? I guess it's just crazy. From, you know, Paboso, the creator, we know very little about what he wants and his intentions with the game community, everything along the lines of, to make this game better, it needs to be more involved, and he doesn't care to be more involved. That's kind of the baseline. So that's kind of the vibe we all get from Mr. Paboso. And if that is wrong, then I'm sorry, but that's the way it's been interpreted throughout the community for a long time, buddy. So unfortunate for sure. Game creator doesn't care about a game that has a massive, like, huge potential to be amazing and great, but it also sucks at the same time that you have this game, this wonderful game, and then, you know, it's not like you're stuck, right? It's not like you're stuck. He just doesn't care. So it sucks even more that he doesn't care, that instead of us just being, there's like a roadblock in the halt of making the game better. All right, like, there's physically everything you can do to make this game better, he doesn't care to. So, unfortunate. And one big problem with the game right now is these physics that are really standing out to us with the new Pro Tracks for sure. So, you know, you see a lot of bad moments right now. You kind of will see people trying to push their limits, push their you know, their speed, their pace, whatever, and it causes these wonky physics. And sure, it is half and half on the player, half on the game. But I've been playing this game for a long time, and I know the physics are not the greatest in some realm, but they are great as far as a dirt bike simulator goes. Obviously, it's still very weird, funky, and whatnot. Like, this bike is so heavy, I don't even know why. I don't know how I haven't adjusted to it, but it's just so difficult to, you know, wheel around a fast lap on motocross, and you're like, it should be difficult. It's like, well, it's difficult to a degree. Most of it is actually on the fact that you can't really go, like, there's only a certain point, obviously, and to the point where you're angry at the physics, it's like, okay, I understand that that's realistic, versus, oh my god, this game is horrible. And I feel like it's more on the, oh my god, this game is horrible, whether, like, you're charging down a hill in 4th gear and your front end just literally gets whooped up by a magical gust of wind, even. It's just crazy, the things that happen in this game. And, obviously I'm not doing it justice riding the TM on Supercross, but, I don't know, it's kind of just a whole thing right now with MX bikes. The physics, I think we're more stuck because of that whole unrealistic thing right now, where we're looking at the game and we're trying to get it as realistic as possible, but we're still getting, you know, absolutely demolished by some of the game physics. And I don't really know how to put this into words right now, but we're almost getting to a point where it's too really realistic, like with the whips and aerodynamic, the new bikes, all that good stuff. We're getting to a point where people are starting to complain that we don't need to be realistic on everything. And I don't know if this is just with the OEM guys, but a lot of stuff on the OEM guys is let us have some fun again. And you know, I've seen so many people say that like they just kind of want to, you know, fix in-air physics, and I think a lot of that got changed when Poposo changed it. So I don't know what they're talking about with the OEM team, but the OEM team probably could make the bikes a little bit more lighter and agile. With the factory bikes, dude, those things feel like a feather, but on the ground they feel like a brick. Like, it's crazy, those factory bikes. I'll keep referring to them, and we'll have a whole thing on them right after we're done talking about the physics in this game. But those factory bikes are awesome, in my opinion. They minimize the wonky physics. And obviously that right there is just a taste of a wonky physics as well. But, no, I'll talk about the factory bikes right now, I guess, then. You know, kind of segueing through. They are so good at minimizing the random bullshit that happens. Excuse my language, but had to be coming at some point. I mean, we see so much just random stuff happen. Like I said, a gust of wind can pick up your front end, basically. That's kind of what it feels like at any moment. And with the factory bikes, it doesn't feel as likely slash, you know, as probable. So it's definitely different on the factory bikes than it is on the OEM bikes. And I don't know if that's the OEM team. I don't know if they just like figured out a way to cooperate with the physics a lot more, but the speed is unrealistic on the factory bikes. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I have a few videos out on the factory bikes. Pretty easy to find, so go watch those if you guys don't know what I'm talking about with the factory bikes. But it's just nuts to shoot, I don't really know how to say this. It's kind of nuts to look at it this way. With the direction that the factory bikes would be headed, the game would get possibly worse. But there are certain things you can add on from those factory bikes. You can kind of update or integrate some stuff from the factory bikes. Like, ask the OEM team needs to ask these people. I think it was Grim and someone else that made these. But dude, it's like, ask them how they got the front end to be so stable. Ask them how they got the bumps to be minimized. Incorporate those, and don't worry about Popobo's game anymore, because honestly, people would still make excuses for sure, but have way less to worry about and to complain about and to not whine about, but to kind of like not give them another reason to hop off this game. So if you were trying to keep the game slash community slash like everything alive, if we're trying to keep things alive, I think there still needs major improvements from the game, from the OEM team. I'm sorry guys, I don't mean this in any bad way, I'm sorry, but I mean this in, I understand you guys have so much on your plate and it's not easy to just make up these bikes and update them and mess with them and tinker with them. I know that. All right, I'm very aware. I've been reminded multiple times. But what I'm saying is we need these bikes perfected, and that is not possible basically. And especially in the recent, future. So all I'm saying right now is people that aren't enjoying the game currently, it's not ideal for them to keep playing because nothing's going to change. So unless you want to stick on those factory bikes and be one of the only ones riding them and whatnot, you can obviously hop into these servers and have them enabled. I did a stream with them the other day, and it was really nice. I'm not gonna lie, I was having a lot of fun. So definitely look forward to riding those factory bikes. They are unrealistic in terms of power, but great with everything else, Paboso physics especially. So definitely look forward to those and what the OEM team can do. They're already worried about them. I feel like the OEM team's already kind of worried about the factory bikes and the team that made that. I think it's 1110. Just because, I mean, ever since those factory bikes came out, and a lot of people have been split on them, whether they hate them or they love them, but they don't want the game to go in that direction. Whatever it is, it's kind of taken the OEM team's attention, and they've gone out on a quest asking in big servers, especially Reaper Docs, what they'd like. They're asking, if you guys have any questions about the bikes, we can answer them. If they have any suggestions, ask them, all that good stuff. So I don't really know. I don't know if they're scared or what they're doing. I don't know what the approach is at the time. I don't know where they're at. But OEM team's still working. They're still getting it done, getting it better, and fixing up a few things. But that won't quite do it yet either. Also want to talk about a sell point. There's some random stuff going around right now. It was a fake article, but people were talking about selling MX bikes. Honestly, I think I'd be for it. Unfortunate, as it is, that's even a rumor right now. It's fake. It's fake. Don't get this twisted, all right, folks. It is not happening. The MX bikes is probably not being sold. So, there's a possibility it gets bought in the future still. So we can never count that out. And everyone's saying, "Oh, Milestone should buy it." And no, I don't think Milestone should buy it. Maybe the creator of MX Sim buys it. Whatever it is, right? Doesn't matter. The game, in my opinion, if it was bought, I mean, the community right now is basically in charge. With Paboso out of town doing his thing, I think the community has stepped up. The OEM team, 1110, all those mod creators, TFC right now, Stone Rider's doing his thing with TFC. All the big content creators out there, as I'm gonna almost fly over that berm, all the big content creators out there, I think that it's just a good mix right now of where we're at in terms of building on, but we just need to see major stuff resolved, major kinks undone, basically. So not undone because I don't know, it's hard to phrase, guys. It's hard to sit in here and rant for 15 minutes on a game that right now I'm just having so many issues with. I can't capitalize on any of them. Maybe other than the Paboso thing that is so justifiably obvious. I don't know. I feel like we've got a long way to go before this game is perfect, and Paboso definitely is not helping with that. And we see what can happen with the factory bikes, and we know what the game could be, and we have a lot to look forward to, but not in the recent future, if I had to guess. Anyways, that will do it for me. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys did enjoy the video, or if you didn't, make sure to leave a like or dislike. Either or works for me. You guys express your feelings how you are. Let me know how you feel about all this stuff in the comments. I know I wasn't the greatest at speaking through the whole thing, so little unfortunate on that. I wish I probably could have redone this in a better way, but I'm kind of on a tight time frame right now, so we'll figure it out. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy, make sure to consider liking and subscribing, and go watch any of my past content, or any other of my content, or any other content that I've made that are associated with me, whatever. I'll see y'all there. See ya.